Hey folks, welcome to the show. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nemo. I'm in Oakland. I'm a musician, a producer, an activist, and a mover. And my guest today, Adley, recently gave me this shekere. Him and Carolyn, his partner. Very cool, really beautiful. Thanks. Today, my guest is my good friend Adley Penner. He is the leader of the psychedelic cumbia circus band Bicicletas Por la Paz here in Oakland. They have played sold out shows all over the place. They have toured on their bikes. They do bike touring. They carry all their equipment. They carry a bike pedal PA system. They did it all the way from Seattle, from Washington, all the way to San Diego. They did it all through Mexico a few years ago, and they did it in Europe as well. They're an amazing band, and Adley is the main singer-songwriter and leader of this band. On a personal note, I got to sing with them on the last show before COVID in late February of this year of 2020, and it was truly one of the best shows that I've ever played. It was, if not the best, like one of the funnest shows that I've ever played. Really great. You can find all their music on Spotify and Bandcamp below. Um, do you have a morning routine? If so, what is it like?
I do actually have a morning routine. My morning routine is that I get up between 10:30 and 11:30 a.m. and I do some yoga asanas, like some stretches. Uh, I don't know, half an hour to an hour, and then I get up and eat breakfast, and then I go for about a 2-hour walk around Lake Merritt, and I study this music that I'm working on. I'm working on doing this collage of a Spanish or a rap verse from every country in the world that speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
So I'm turning into a large collage. So yeah, just working my memory in the morning is what I guess I'm doing, and then understanding the flow and how other people approach music.
If you could make or play a song with anyone, alive or not, who would that be?
I guess I would say Erica Badu.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like she's kept it real from the beginning, at least from what I understand of her. I mean, I don't know her personally, but I've definitely had friends that have met her and like hung out with her, and I've been listening to her music for like 20 years, and she's just ageless, a person that seems to not age, that can transcend time and space, and has clearly transcended the Earth realm. You know what I'm saying? Is on in some kind of fourth, fifth dimension place, and her music is just phenomenal. It's just
Mhm.
phenomenal. Her approach to it, her vocal nuances, just her she's just really consistent. I love the way she approaches music. I love her
Nice.
melodies. I love the tone of her voice. I would love to pick her brain on creativity and just collaborate with her.
How do you stay in the music during uninspired times?
I work on like practice regiment, like scales and techniques when the creativity isn't coming out. But yeah, I don't ever try to force like music because I know it ends up sounding really contrived and not human almost. A lot of times I just go for walks and like when it's not working, I'm just like I just need to get some exercise
I
and
like that.
breathe some fresh air. Get on my bike, go for a big ride,
Uh,
go swimming, go to Alameda. I don't know. Call someone I haven't talked to for a while.
what is something you learned how to say no to that has changed your musical career?
When I first moved to the Bay Area about 14 years ago, I pretty much said yes to everything, everything. And in general, I feel like I'm a yes kind of person. Like I like to say yes to things more than no to things. But in regards to music, I guess exposure gigs.
Mm.
I learned early on that exposure gigs are usually some kind of scam that the producer of the event or the promoter is trying to seek some kind of self benefit out of the gig versus shedding light on music and culture. That's not usually their aim. Their aim is usually personal for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And those exposure gigs usually don't pay. So then I have to like convince my musicians that have been working really hard at music to like take the free gigs, and I'm all for benefits and fundraisers 100%. That's a huge mission, but the exposure gigs, I'm not. I'm usually saying no to, and I feel like that's helped us keep our eye on the prize, whatever the prize is.
What is one thing you define as success for yourself in music?
I think I've inspired a decent amount of people to pursue music in their life, and whether it's like taking up guitar or piano lessons or a career, like having music be their career. I've been trying to encourage people, because I know there's so much talent and hidden talent that a lot of people, there might be self-conscious by, but they might actually have like a really amazing voice or really awesome talent that they could tap into.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that those people playing music will spread love and messages around in their community, because I feel like you can get through to people in a different kind of way when it's the music outlet versus just like a dialogue or being self-righteous or whatever. I feel like music is like a perfect avenue for conversation.
What is a go-to song of yours to inspire you or get you in a good mood or like pumped up?
I'd say one of them is Three Little Birds by Bob Marley.
Okay.
That one is like the ultimate motivator. Another one that I love is called Ease the Pain, and it's by this artist named Desiree. She's a reggae artist from Saint Croix or Saint Croix. I don't know how to say it, but she's really amazing. And yeah, the song Ease the Pain is one of my favorites.
What is something you do to avoid getting caught up in other people's definitions of music success?
I don't really check Instagram and I don't really follow Facebook, to be honest with you.
That's huge.
That to me is a useful tool to do those things, but I feel like more often than not, I hear too many complaints coming from people that do use Facebook and Instagram, and I feel like it impedes certain artist developments because people get caught up in the idea of what success looks like
Mm-hmm.
through mainstream ideas or through the influence of other people. So yeah, I guess that's what I do or what I don't do.
That's good. If you had to make a full album using only 3 instruments, what would you choose?
Guitar, bass, and drums.
Nice. That's good.
You can do a lot with those 3 instruments.
Yes. What piece of advice would you give to aspiring musicians, artists, or producers who are just starting out?
Just get yourself out there, really. Go out in different. I mean, what does that mean right now? I don't know. The whole game has changed. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, 100%. So maybe I need to rethink that question, because I don't know what it's going to look like, what music has looked like in the last 10, 20, 50 years. Like going out and seeing live music I don't know if it's ever experienced what it's experiencing right now.
Yeah.
But I guess just keep writing and send your songs to people and listen to their feedback, and check out online clinics on music techniques and production techniques. Pick your friends' brains who are producers. At this point, everyone has a friend or many friends that are producers. Just try to collaborate with as many people as possible, I would say.
Nice.
Get outside of your mental box. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's good to check out other ways of processing music through other brains, because everyone has their own unique take on it. So in this digital age that we're living in during COVID, I would say, yeah, just hit people up online as much as possible.
So what piece of music advice would you give yourself 5 years ago?
To practice my instrument like 6 to 8 hours a day. That's what I would tell myself 5 years ago.
What is something you would like to quit in the next 3 months?
It's kind of ironic. I'd like to like quit all online stuff. Yeah, that's the only way I communicate with people now.
Right.
So
What is something you have started learning, building, or changing in the last 3 or 6 months that you are excited about continuing?
producing music,
Ah,
like
nice.
recording myself, and I'm not quite in the final editing stages, but I can get a somewhat decent mix and play all the instruments myself or get some other people. Um, but yeah, just understanding how to make an album or how to make a song by myself and make it sound good. I'm
Nice.
definitely in the beginning stages of it, but I've been learning a lot over the last 3 months.
Nice.
So I'm really excited about that and to see where it goes. And also, yeah, I guess building. I was saying this before we started the interview, but my identity as a musician has been so intertwined with my band over the last 6 years, 5 6 years, and now with this epidemic happening, I'm changing ways of how to like be a self-sustaining musician, I guess. Not even necessarily in terms of like financial or monetary, but how to keep myself enthralled and excited by just writing my own music. You know what I mean? And it's just learning about different creative processes. And for example, I've been getting really into hip hop lately. So I've been, like I said, I've been learning these verses from every Spanish-speaking country in the world,
Right.
and yeah, just learning different flows and checking out a lot of amazing freestylers online and learning about different like political situations because hip hop's like it's a good outlet for people's voices that wouldn't otherwise be heard.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, I guess that's it. Solo artist and producing.
And lastly, what is the single most important change you have made to go from being a music consumer to now also being a musical artist?
I've been doing it for a while, pretty much like since since I picked up an instrument when I was 15. That was it. I knew right away. I knew within a week that that's what I was meant to do. Um, but I guess like in the early stages, I was trying to simulate all my favorite like rock gods guitar licks and solos.
Yeah.
That's what I did in the beginning. Like I was really into Eddie Van Halen, really into Tom Morello, and really into Marty Friedman and from Megadeth, and John McLaughlin from the Mahavishnu, and John McLaughlin, and countless other amazing musicians that have been my inspirations. Not just in guitar, but in the beginning it was just guitar. I wasn't singing or playing percussion. I was just playing guitar. And I remember I watched this video of Stevie Ray Vaughan at Austin City Limits when I was like 15, and it just blew me away. I was like, "What? Is this how you can approach the guitar?" Because it was a live video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and then Stanley Jordan is a huge influencer for guitar. In terms of weird unorthodox techniques, I'd say Stanley Jordan and Tom Morello have been like my biggest influencers for not just like playing the guitar, but approaching it like it's something else. Stanley Jordan approaches it like it's a piano, and Tom Morello approaches it like he's a DJ scratching, a
Yeah.
record. And that shit's really tight because seeing that when I was younger, I was like, "Oh, I didn't even imagine that that was possible." You know what I mean? The instrument was new to me, and then I heard these guys with their special take on it. So that was kind of the beginning, and then um, over the next few years after that, I just started loving music from all over the place, and not just like guitar playing, but drumming and singing and like hearing the way that people approached percussion all over the world, and taking like lessons in Colombia for a couple of years, and understanding how your pocket, your little musical piece in an ensemble is really important, and how it kind of fits inside of the next part, and so on and so forth. And I feel like that really came together when I started learning percussion. Like I didn't see the pocket as acutely as I did when I was playing guitar. But once I started playing percussion, I really started to understand it. So yeah, constantly listening to music and taking those influences and putting it in my music. Because I feel like we're all just constantly like borrowing off each other and deriving off each other. And like it's like people talk about how important it is to be original, but you never really know if it's original because there's so many things lying dormant in your brain that the billions of songs you've listened to your whole life from who knows where, from like your aunt singing to you, or your parents, or like hearing something traveling, or something in your dream, you know what I mean? So I don't know, just trying to have a unique twist on music, I guess is my thing, from being a consumer to being a performer and a producer, is like taking an idea that I like and maybe expanding on it and giving it an original twist, And that could look like a million different things.
Right.
Right now, I'm my take on music right now, presently, is hip hop, and then I'm doing a poetry collaboration with my community. I'm telling people to submit poetry because I have a bunch of music, and I'm going to take their words and put it to the music that I have.
Oh, very cool.
So yeah, I've been working on that for the last month, and yeah, I got submitted probably like 15 poems.
Nice.
And people are still submitting more stuff. So yeah, I have plenty of material to work on, and it's just getting the stuff done, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
It's like I have like 50 songs or something, but all of them are like 50% done. Nemo, look who it is.
What's up? Hi. Oh my God, you guys' faces.
Huh?
I used to see you every week.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you can't hear anything. Can she hear now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't think he can hear.